turn the camera on.
Ooh, that is 60. Ooh, sweet. Oh my god.
I got my computer. I noticed. Go for it.
Why did they show in the dark again?
It was supposed to be
Oh, that's
yesterday,
Oh,
apparently, because it was supposed to be during the dinner. And I misunderstood them when I talked to them, and I thought we were moving it to today, and they were like, no, we just can't do it anymore. I was like,
It's
oh,
on the schedule for today, though.
I know, it's all messed up. It's a first year college, you gotta show them. But we're figuring something out. Basically, they said if anything gets canceled, we're getting thrown on stage. So, we'll see what happens.
I feel like I need that. I'm actually slept this night. I just have time.
Okay, seeing as we are at about 5 o'clock, figure we'll get this panel started. In case anyone is curious or unclear, the panel that we have in this room right now is how to create your own geek-related podcast, videocast, etc. My name is Matthew Tucker. Oh, is it? Oh, it got turned off like that. I'm being recorded for posterity, don't you know?
And black and white.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself to sort of establish my my experience in the field. I've been a geek and a television person basically my entire life. I've worked in community television and video since the age of 8. And I have been a geek long before that. My starter drug was Star Trek The Next Generation at the tender age of 6, but after that it was all types of geek media. I don't have any sort of fancy PowerPoint presentation ready for you guys, unfortunately. I've just recovered from getting sick, so my plans fell a little bit by the wayside. If we have any visual learners in the room, please ask questions and have me repeat things, because I want to make sure everybody absorbs everything that they need to and that they want to. And when I'm done speaking, please feel free to ask questions. The key to having a successful geek media program is different for lots of people. And the real question about that is what success is. What do you classify a successful show as being? A lot of people think that a successful show is lots of people are watching it. I've got a lot of sponsors paying in and allowing me to do this every day. Truth of the matter is, as technology becomes more and more accessible, as more and more people get the ability to hop on and communicate their message, that level of success becomes more and more difficult because more and more people are going for the same audience and the same group of people. And most folks are either going to stay with the same big folks who got there first and they're comfortable with, or they're going to stay with their friends who they're more comfortable with than the folks who got there first. So to be successful, you've got to think in a few different ways. You've got to think about a niche. And that can be very tricky for folks who love all things geek, is you've got to pick a child and go with it. Going for a broad spectrum show can affect how popular you are to a group at large. Picking a specific niche and sticking with it, and accepting that you can deviate from that niche occasionally to show people in your niche something a little bit different, will give you a greater level of success in that you will have a smaller fan base than you would with a wide band show, but that fan base will be more loyal and will be more familiar with you. If you're working on a general geek media show, there's a decent number of those. As you start cutting into the niches and getting closer and closer into either specific topics or specific regions, the fan bases get smaller, but the folks who are interested in those specific bits of content increase. And if you look around, it's very easy to find a fan base that's underserved. Because there's lots of folks who don't see covering fan bases that aren't large as profitable. So they say someone else can get them. That someone else can be you. Another measure of success, as far as I view it, is the personal gratification you get from the program. If you have to work a day job, you don't want to be working a second job that doesn't pay you that much. You want to be doing something that you love to do. When I started the local community access and internet television program Geeks with Issues, it was something that I was very passionate about doing. We hadn't figured out the niche thing yet, so it was a broad spectrum program. But it was somewhere where that sort of programming wasn't all that often, like community access station. And it was something that the group of us absolutely loved doing. It was a monthly opportunity to come together, talk about geeky things, hang out, and enjoy ourselves. If you're not enjoying it, you shouldn't be doing it. Another way to gauge whether or not you're being successful with your program is the quality of the program that you're producing. There are certain rules as far as video composition, how a shot should look, how to tell a story, that are very important to learn. And I could take the entirety of the rest of this hour just talking about specific composition rules. But it's not super hard to hop online, because Google is our friend, and learn about composition rules and how to frame a shot, how to make your video look professionally done. If you've got an inexpensive piece of equipment and your video looks professionally done, it will always look better than a program that may have the nicest equipment and is not done with those rules. And people have little subconscious triggers in their brain that notice when a program is done right. When your program is done right, unless you've blatantly lied to someone and they can prove it, they're going to trust you more because the form of the show fits within their expected psychological norms. So those are components that I think are important for creating a successful program. There's another component which is becoming a greater component as time goes on is the internet and outreach and connecting with people. And it's not just about taking videos and putting them online. It's about engaging the audience that you have that is coming to watch the programs. You're going to have folks coming in and wanting to see the shows, who like what you're doing. And if you're doing what you're doing correctly, there will be a slight elevation of every